Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Now today I want to talk about that little Direct Mini that we had today, the Nintendo Direct Mini. And personally, in my opinion, I think it was one of the weakest Nintendo Direct Minis and the weakest announcement, live stream, treehouse, anything ever Nintendo has ever made. Of course, I know that expectations were meant to be low for this announcement. It wasn't a full mainline Direct, but to me, nothing appealed to me the entire way through. Obviously, when we've had directs before, there's been things that have appealed to me. Not everything appeals to me in a direct, obviously. That's never going to happen with anybody. But, normally in this direct, there's already, always one or two things at least that interest me. Likewise, with the other direct mini we had Min Min be announced. So, yeah, I think, to me, just nothing in this direct excited me at all. And I think, in my opinion, it's actually the worst direct I think we've ever had in the history of directs. Cadence of Hyrule, while it was a fun, interesting game, I never personally was interested in it. I never picked it up last year. And now that we're getting a physical edition, that's great. But I think everyone that's sort of interested in that game already picked it up. And maybe people will buy the DLC if they enjoyed it. But I can't see people rebuying the game, or people that thought, I would buy this game, but because it didn't have a physical edition, I won't buy it. I think if you wanted to buy that game so much, and because it was a budget title, I think people would have bought it anyway, to be honest. So, yeah, the whole Cadence of Hyrule thing does not interest me at all. I mean, there might be some Cadence of Hyrule fans out there, but to me it feels a little bit too little too late. The game just seems to be done and no one's really talking about it now. So it does, to me, seem a shame, about that game getting DLC so late on. But to me, I'm not interested at all. And, Cadence of Hyrule, I'm not bothered at all. I don't really like the rhythm style gameplay. And to me, again, this is my opinion, I wasn't interested in anything in this direct, and that's fine. If you care about Cadence of Hyrule, you're excited for the DLC, you want to buy a physical edition of it, fantastic, that's great. It's a good thing. See it as a good thing that you're excited for something. Yeah, I think everyone should feel what they want to feel with the direct. But in my opinion, in me saying this right now, this is the weakest direct we've ever had, the weakest one ever. And people are saying, don't get too excited, don't get your hopes up, and that's fair enough. I get that, but I'm not saying that I'm disappointed, I'm just saying I think it's the weakest one and nothing appealed to me. And I wanted to make a video about it, just saying that, nothing really appealed the entire way through. The only thing that sort of piqued my interest, which didn't really interest me that much, was Rogue Company. It's this, shooter that seems pretty decent, free to play, I assume, shooter, with cross-play and cross-progression, which is always a good thing to have on Nintendo Switch. I've never played this game, and I don't think I will. It seems to be like a free-to-play, where you pay for cosmetics kind of game, similar to Fortnite, but maybe a little bit more, for older people. Yeah, again, I'm not really that interested in it, but, it seemed fine. I don't know really what to make of that, and it didn't really appeal to me that much. The game didn't really sell it to me. It just kind of looked a little bit like a stereotypical shooter. It didn't stick out in any way, shape or form, and didn't intrigue me at all, to be honest. And then following that, there was that wrestling game that they announced, the WWE one. It was kind of more arcadey, which I guess is a step in the right direction, because we got WWE 2K18, and that was a terrible port. The game just did not run well at all. So I guess it is a step in the right direction for the people that like wrestling games. And I guess it will be a fun time if you do like wrestling games. In terms of its aesthetics and graphics, I think it could have looked a little bit better. It did look a little bit not that great. But I'm not a massive fan of wrestling games. I don't play wrestling games. And again, that didn't really appeal to me. So, I'm not, I'm not putting anybody down. If you want to enjoy wrestling games, that's fine. I'm just saying in this video, if you want to enjoy everything they did in this direct, and you think that this direct was the best thing ever, and you think that, everything announced was great, that's fair enough, Or if you think that, maybe your expectations were set really, really low and you wasn't disappointed, then that's fine too. I'm not here to put anybody down. All I'm saying in this video is that, in my opinion, I think it was the weakest direct I think we've ever seen. And I don't know, maybe that'll annoy people, but that's my genuine opinion, and I'm sorry, that's just pretty much how it is, I gotta say, nothing in that direct appealed to me at all. Maybe I was hoping for the Animal Crossing update, and of course we will find out about that before early August, because that's when the new one's coming out, but they could have squeezed that in there, surely. I just didn't really make much sense to me why they didn't, but, yeah, I don't know. I felt like those little things that they probably could have announced, but they just didn't. We still haven't heard about the Mario remasters, is this thing even real anymore? What's going on with that? So it's really, really, weird to me, this whole direct. And, maybe my expectations were a little bit too high, but I think when I see a direct, I always find, to me personally, every time there's a direct, there's always one or two things that really, really excite me. And there was not a single thing this time. And I think that's the only time it's ever happened with Nintendo ever. And of course, my expectations wasn't through the roof. I wasn't expecting, a brand new release date for Breath of the Wild 2. I wasn't expecting, I wasn't expecting, I don't know, the Mario remasters today. I wasn't expecting anything massive. But just something that would interest me more, Just nothing was there. And again, Shin Megami Tensei, that's great. I know they announced that back in the Switch presentation in 2017. So, when they revealed Mario Odyssey, they revealed Shin Megami Tensei 5. And at the time, I wasn't interested, and I played the series, and I'm still not interested now. But I think that the Direct was great if you were a Shin Megami Tensei fan, because you're getting the remake as well from the PSP, I believe. So, yeah, that was a great Direct for you if you enjoyed that. And, if you are a fan of Shin Megami Tensei, then, do you know what? That's great. And I bet you had a great Direct. And I bet you thought the Direct was great. And honestly, there's not more I can say than good for you. I'm glad you had a good time with it. But as someone who isn't a fan of any of the series mentioned in the entire Direct, it was very, very disappointing. And in my opinion, this is what I'm saying here, in my opinion, it was the weakest and worst Nintendo Direct ever made. And I don't know if that's going to annoy people, because I get the comment will be, don't put your expectations so high, but I was expecting something, at least something. I think that's fair. Like, when Nintendo says there's a Direct on the way, I think that's fair for fans to expect at least something that they'll enjoy. Maybe if it's not something they were dying to hear about or dying to see, just something, just one little thing that would make them excited. And I got nothing out of this Direct. And I don't know if other people are the same way. I don't know if I'm unique in this situation, that, I'm the only person that hasn't been excited by anything. I might be the only person in the world that doesn't like Shin Megami Tensei. I might be the only person in the world that doesn't like wrestling games. I might be the only person in the world that didn't like Cadence of Hyrule, or didn't want to buy Cadence of Hyrule, So, I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts on this Direct. Would you say it's pretty weak? I personally was pretty disappointed by it, and I think it was the worst Direct so far. Am I complaining on Twitter? Am I shouting and screaming about it? No. Am I putting others down for it? No. I'm just saying, in my opinion, it was the weakest one. They didn't announce anything that interests me. It's like if they announced a Direct full of content about FIFA or something, or just games I wasn't interested in general, I would probably say it's a weak Direct as well. It's just the way it is, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Direct. I think Nintendo fans have gone so long without hearing new titles, or new, first party titles in so long. I don't know, the Direct didn't, it didn't say we were going to get first party titles, but I was hoping for something third party that would really just make me happy, but nothing really happened, and I don't know. I don't think my expectations were overly high. Maybe some people will say, don't expect anything. If you get anything, that's good. But in my opinion, when Nintendo announced a Direct, I hope for at least one thing that will make me happy, And I didn't get that. And I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts. Are you happy with the Direct? I want to know. Are people happy with this Direct? If you are happy with the Direct, that is actually great. I'm genuinely, I'm not just saying this, I am genuinely happy for you. If you're happy with this Direct, then that's fantastic, That's amazing, because something positive has come out of it, yeah? So that's great. If you are actually happy with the Direct, then, you're in the right place, you're good. Well done. That's fantastic. But, I don't know, I get the impression that it's the worst Direct in my opinion, and do you guys think it was too? Does anybody think it was pretty bad as well? I don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll see more of these Direct Minis, and hopefully they'll have more of them in the future. They did announce more in the future, which I guess kind of piqued my interest as well, because, the announcement of more Directs is always a nice thing, to be honest. The idea of getting more Directs is nice, because they've kind of left us in the dark, honestly. We haven't really noticed anything. We haven't really said anything. No one said anything about Directs, and now we finally know we're getting more of them, which is always a nice thing to hear. So, it's nice that we're hearing more Directs. So, let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy the Direct? Are you happy with it? Are you disappointed? Are you excited for more Directs? Do you want to know more? Let me know all your thoughts. I've sort of let you know mine. So, let me know all your thoughts on this Direct. And I'll see you in another video. Alright, cheers for watching, everybody.